Hey, chaperones, how we doing? Hey, we are crunch time, trying to plan this thing out here and make this trip, you know, come together here. We've got 2 more days. Basically, I just wanted to update you on where we're at. 84 kids signed up at this point. Um, I think we're in good shape as far as the planning and everything goes, but you never know. I've been in contact with parents, trying to make sure they understand where we're at with this whole thing. Getting a lot of questions back, which is always good. So on Friday, May 17th, we're going to basically have two buses with trailers, and that's going to be just for the kids stuff. So I'll have them in two groups. They'll load their equipment on the trailer attached to their bus, and then I'm going to have a van and my truck. My truck will have an enclosed trailer on the back. I'm going to have all the chaperone gear in there. So if you're riding with us in either the van or the truck, you can put your stuff in that enclosed trailer and we'll just kind of keep everything separate. Kids are notorious for just taking whatever they think they need, and they think it's kind of just there for them. So we always got to be on the lookout for that. So this will help eliminate that possibility. So for the ride up, right now I've got Mark and Joe, my two parents, are driving up with their daughters, and so they're going to meet us along the way. And I've got Perry driving with his dad, and we'll meet up sometime. I'll check in with Perry and see where they're at, and meet up with them at some point along the way or right at the campground. All the rest of the chaperones then are going to be either in the truck or the van, so we'll kind of figure that out. I think my brother Tom will be driving the van, so he'll be stopping to pick up Chris Tim, so he'll ride with Jamie and Celia. And in the truck, Rob Becker is going to drive the truck with the trailer. I can have any other chaperones ride with him. That'll be a lot more comfortable than riding the bus. So we'll figure all that stuff out as we get closer. I've got, basically the group's all formed, assigned to a campsite. And so what I'm going to do is finish assigning chaperones once they give me a little better idea of what they want to do on their trip. So let's see if I can get this to switch. Okay, that's not the one. Um, okay, so let's go back here to the planned stops. The first stop is going to be on the rest area. It's on the top of the hill near Duluth before you come down the hill. It's actually located in Proctor. Try to get there around 10, so that'll be just a quick bathroom break. They'll take in the scenery, hop back on the bus, and we go. Now, that's assuming that no other kid needs to stop on the way before Duluth. So that's always a possibility, too. You never know. But we'll try to get them all to use the bathroom before we head out. The next stop will be Grand Marais for a bathroom and lunch break around 12. That'd be a good time to fuel up the bus, fuel up the vans, any vehicles for Joe and Mark's vehicle, Perry's vehicle, and then also anybody else that needs gas. So we'll do that at Grand Marais. Spend about an hour there, and then probably try to leave about 1. That gives us plenty of time to get up the Gunflint Trail, and we'll get up hopefully around 3 o'clock. So this is an idea again where we're at. This is the end of the trail. So we come in right here, make the loop around. Our area is going to be kind of down in here. So for the, I've been checking the weather forecast. It's really hard to get an accurate forecast, but they're predicting rain on Saturday and Sunday and into Monday. So that's going to be just spotty rain. Hard to tell what it's going to be like here. I'm getting the information, the weather forecast from Ely. I'm also checking International Falls and Grand Marais. There's really nothing up where we're at, so we could miss some of this. You never know. But the one thing I'm worried about is basically we've got 10 to 15 mile an hour winds out of the southeast, which is going to be blowing in this direction. So we have to canoe from here out here to get to Seagull Lake. So there's a little, they call it an eddy. It's just basically some current. It's kind of a shallow area the kids need to get through. If they can't canoe through it, there's a portage right here. So what we're going to do when you get out here, depending on the wind and everything like that, if you can ride the shoreline here, fine, or this shoreline. If it looks too treacherous, then we definitely don't need to make that run. So the kids have done really well with their canoeing on Round Lake, but this is a little different water than Round Lake. So I guess for chaperones, just use your best judgment. We're going to basically canoe shorelines anyways because the water temperature is pretty low. So to make this trek across here is going to have to be a judgment call. It's probably safer to go up here, stay along the islands. Once you get in here, you're pretty well protected. Then this is Palisade. This is one that we definitely probably want to check out at some point over the 2 days we'll be canoeing. But to go farther probably would not be a good idea because we get into pretty big water. So staying in this protected area is kind of what the goal is. If groups want to go down this direction, that's fine too. Going through here is kind of a cool area, but the biggest thing, and our outfitter will help us with this, is just the wind that's going to be kicked up here. It's going to be just kind of a game time decision. But the biggest thing is we can't, have any canoes tip way out here. If they tip, to be on the shoreline is absolutely the ideal spot. Kids all know how to do the canoe rescue. So the plan is to rescue the canoe, get the kids who are in the water on shore as quick as possible, get the canoe emptied with water, get it upright, and then canoe as fast as possible back here to the campground so they can get some dry clothes on. So that's kind of an idea what the Seagull loop would look like. I'm going to go up here to Sag. This is our campground again. This is a little different map. So we have the option to canoe here in Seagull, or we have the option to go right from this landing here and to canoe up through the Seagull River. So this is all going to be closed to fishing, I believe, up to maybe here. And the only nice thing about this, with the weather forecast, is that it's going to be pretty calm. So canoeing up here is a great option. It's really cool. I knew I'd mess that up. Okay, and then when you get up to the top here, this is Big Sag. So this is some pretty big water up here. So kids don't really need to go up that far, but get into the boundary waters, check it out. They can canoe down here. This has more cabins and resorts and outfitters. So this is more remote area. So that's probably about a 4-mile canoe run right here. So that's going to be more protected. Like I said, if a group wants to fish, they have to go all the way to the end because this whole thing is closed from the rapids right here on up. So in our campground, let's see if I can get this back going again. If in our campground here, we will come in on the Gunflint Trail here, take a right, go through the parking lot, the outfitters here. We'll drive all the way around, and we don't need to stop in the outfitter. We just can go right to our campsites. Once we get past this turn, we take the next right. We come in here. What I'm going to do is have one of the buses park right here. The other bus is going to park here. So all the kids in these campsites will be in this bus. All the kids in these campsites here, plus 27, 28, will be unloading right here. So when we pull in there, the goal is just to basically get the stuff unloaded. They can start bringing it to a campsite because they'll know which number they are. I've got this 21 as a chaperone site, and I've got 14 as a chaperone site. The biggest concern is 16 as a walk-in site, so I don't know if someone's going to be there or not. I would doubt it, but if somebody is, this group of kids, we're going to have to relocate. The next best option is up here. Now, this area is much higher than down here, and so you really can't walk to it. You got to go all the way around. So I would probably have some chaperones up here as well as the kids from 16. They're all good kids, so they can handle that. It's just not the greatest sites up here, but there's a bathroom and water right there too. So right now I was thinking Mark and Joe would be here as well as Jason and Rob Becker. They'd be in 14 if there's enough room. If not, we can move to some other sites. I was going to have my brother, Andres, Deb Bierke, and also the Tims maybe be in 28. And then we'd consolidate some groups over here. So we'd have chaperones down there. And so we're in pretty good shape there. So I think that's my plan right now. You never know. We might have to do some things on the fly, but I know we'll have enough sites. They might not be all right next to each other, but it'll work out. All right, so going back, this little eddy right here, this area right here, I've got a video I'm going to try to play for you here. I don't know if it'll work, but here goes. This is for a couple years ago when we were coming back. So doesn't look like it's working, but between these 2 points here is what you have to get through. You basically have to keep the canoes pointed straight. You got to paddle like crazy and try to get through. Okay, so coming back is not a problem. You just kind of coast through, keeping the canoe pointed straight. But problem is if kids are trying to canoe through and they get turned, the person in the back isn't keeping a canoe straight, and they go over here and maybe hit a rock or something, they could tumble. So there's a portage right over here, real easy portage. They won't even have to carry it on their shoulders. They can just lift it up and carry their canoe through, and they'll be fine. So so that's probably the biggest challenge going through Seagull at this point. So anyways, I hope that helps, gives everybody a little bit of an idea. You know, once we get up there, we'll kind of see what the kids want to do. I'll have them working on that in class tomorrow. So we'll have a real good idea when they get up and meet you on Friday. They will have their itinerary ready to go, and they'll share that with you. So give me a shout if you have any questions. I'll try to contact everybody, check in with you before. We're going to meet at 6:30, on Friday to load the buses, and I'll be there, ready to go at 6:15 and pack those buses the best we can, and we should be ready to go. So thanks you guys for doing this. It should be a fun adventure. Thanks a lot. See ya.